Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? So in today's video, you guys already know it's a live Q&A. I'm going to be answering the questions that you guys ask me. So whatever questions you guys have, yeah, just ask. I can see the questions on the screen. So all your messages will come in and I'll be able to answer. So questions about business, questions about, personal questions, everything that you guys want to ask me will be on the table, and I will try as much as possible to answer all your questions that I can answer and answer your questions. So yes, the live chat is available. Feel free to use the live chat option. All you need to do is just type in your question and it will come up on my screen and I will answer your question. I already got a couple of questions, actually about 2 questions on my comments, so I will answer those while I wait for your new questions. But like I said, the live chat is on. Just enter your questions in the comments and I will get it. So Omolola Akonde, hi, how can I be able to sew just any style? Oh wow, that's like a big question. Can you guys hear me fine? If you can hear me fine, let me know. All you need to say is I can hear you in the comments and I'll know you guys can hear me fine. I'm not sure you can hear me, but if you can hear me fine, let me know and I'll answer Omolola Akonde's question. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, so you said how, are you able to sew any style? And for me, I would say that one of the reasons why I feel like I'm able to sew any style is because I learned pattern making. So if you're new to sewing, there are 2 types of sewing. There's the pattern making or pattern drafting, as well as there's freehand sewing. So in Nigeria, the thing we normally do is freehand sewing, which is where people just fold the outfit and just start to cut and make draft all your markings on the fabric. So that is freehand sewing. However, industrially around the world, most people use pattern drafting, and I am a pattern maker myself. I went to learn it, and the reason why I recommend pattern making is, first of all, it allows all your errors, all your mistakes to be made on the paper, and then whatever you're transferring onto the fabric is a more definite thing. So I personally recommend that if you're interested in learning how to sew different kind of styles, definitely look into pattern making or pattern drafting. And depending on where you are in the world, if you're abroad, you can always order patterns, so they have ready-made patterns. And if you're in Nigeria, you can learn pattern making. There's so many amazing people. If you're in Nigeria, definitely check out Creative Pattern Cutter. He taught me how to make pattern making or how to do patterns. So I hope I answered your question. I'm going to try and find the next question. Please send me your question. And also, if I missed your question, if you use the super chat function, it's a way where you can donate money to me, but your question stays at the top as well. So I saw a question, I can't remember what it was, but please resend your questions and I will try and answer them. Hi Rooks, hi everyone. I'm not sure who's here, but it's good to have you guys here. Someone asked earlier what I film with. I film with my phone, so I've got my phone right now on my tripod and my ring light. So that's basically how I film. It's a simple setup, nothing fantastic. I don't have a camera yet, so I just film with my phone. My phone is right there on the tripod stand. My ring light is there, and I'm just sitting down. So that's how I film. So I'll just wait for more questions so that I can answer them. Also, in the interim, while I wait for your questions, if you guys want to have access to me and all of that, I have a Patreon page and the link is in the description bar of this video as well as any other video. And my patrons definitely get access to me. They can ask questions and I would answer, all of those things. It is paid membership. It's not, it's not free. But then again, my newsletter and all those ones are free. So if you're looking for free access, I have that option. However, if you're looking for something a bit more personal, I have my Patreon page right there. I'm still waiting for your questions so that I can answer them. Hi everyone, you can send in your questions. The live chat is open. I will answer all the questions that I get. So only Omolola has asked the question and I hope I've been able to answer it. Omolola, if you have any other question, let me know and I'll try my best to answer it. Okay, I'm just going to wait. Someone asked me on earlier on how I got into sewing or I started my business, and I feel like I have shared the story, but I'll just say it again. Omolola said, how long have I been into fashion? I started sewing. So when I was in university, I went to the University of Ibadan in Nigeria. When I was in university, I wanted to sew, and then we had these strikes that we used to have in Nigeria. And then there was one strike, so I went to like a sewing school. It's called Cute Cut. It's in Ibadan. I started there, but I didn't get to finish because school went back into session. So I went back to school. Then I went to, after I went back to school, I finished school and then I was working. And then when I was working, I wasn't quite enjoying what I was doing. So I just decided at some point that I was going to go back to learn how to sew. So I went back, I went and how to sew, and then I started sewing. 6 months into my learning, I finished up, or I felt I was confident enough to start my own thing, and I just started my thing from the comfort of my home. It was a bit, it wasn't exactly the easiest thing, but thank God I was able to get into the sewing. I was able to get a couple of clients here and there. It was hard trying to get clients, and like I said, if you've watched my video on how to start a fashion business, I always say don't reduce your prices for anybody. Hi Gracie, yes, I take online classes. If you want to enroll in my online classes, definitely send me a mail. My email address is souniquebyadunni@gmail.com. If you send me a mail, I'll send you the options that are available. I've got short classes and I've got long-term classes. So if you send me a mail, I will respond and you can choose whatever works for you. Okay, so I'm waiting for more questions from you guys if you've got any other question. And yeah, I apologize for starting late, guys. I had a bit of technical issue when I was starting the live, but yeah. How do you get customers or get people to know I sew? Okay, so I think one of my biggest helps would have been social media. And why I say social media is because you've got social media, right? You've got Instagram, you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, and they have different people on this platform. So depending on your target market, you can always put out your work out there and people would know. Also word of mouth or referrals. So obviously you sew for someone sees it looks good, and then they tell someone else that you sewed for them, and then that's how it just happens. So I'll say take advantage of social media. It's an absolutely beautiful platform. People are making tons of money off social media, so definitely take advantage of that. If you're not social media savvy like me, you have to get with the program. I'm not a social media fan. Like, I barely post on my Instagram page, but if you're looking to get into business, you have to be serious about it, even if it means you have to employ somebody. But yeah, social media and word of mouth, that would be my top 2 methods of getting clients. Still waiting for your questions, guys. Hi Tolu Ajibade, how are you? I'm seeing a couple of familiar faces here. Hi everyone, I hope you guys are well. So I was supposed to do a video for you guys today, but guys, it's been a lovely week, like a long week. I definitely couldn't get around doing a video. I'm hoping that I can do one next week. Yeah, and I'll tell you the reason why soon. And by the way, guys, I need your help. I'm looking to start a second channel, which will be a bit more personal. So this one is strictly for sewing. I don't want to mix my channels, so that one would be like Ayotola and I in my name, and that channel would basically talk about my life, what I do, just random things. So let me know if you think that's a good idea. If you're not interested, let me know as well. I like the fact that you people are honest. Some people are like so honest, like, no, we don't want a video, no, don't go live. And then some of you guys are really nice and sweet. But all in all, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm expecting more questions. Like I said, this is a live Q&A, so if you've got sewing related questions or personal questions, I will try as much as possible to answer all your questions that you might have. So I'm just waiting. Any questions? I don't plan on keeping the live on for too long, so I'll cap it about 20 minutes. How much is the minimum you make monthly as a fashion designer, and how do you go about that? Omla, Thank you so much. You're such a star. You literally just been giving me a lot of questions, but I appreciate it. So I would say that as a fashion designer, it depends. I don't know if you guys know, but if you've been following me for a while, you notice that I transitioned recently. So I normally used to make like clothes for people, bespoke, which is, made to measure, where people come in, you measure them, and then you make the outfits. However, along the line, I transitioned and started doing just bridal robes. So it's still an aspect of fashion designing. I just make and design bridal robes, and for me, I find that that is more lucrative and that is less stress, because sewing for people is stressful, if we're being honest. So I decided to stick with the bridal robes, where I just like make robes for people. Number one, I didn't have to have physical contact with people too much, and that was just so good because of COVID. Secondly, bridal robes are not necessarily tight, so there's nothing like the waist is big or the bust is big. So for me, that was fine. With bridal robes, because like I said, it is quite lucrative, you could earn as much as about 300,000 monthly. I mean, depending on how good you are. I want to say that bridal robes became my forte because I was known for bridal robes, at least in Ibadan and in Lagos, I was kind of known. So I used to get jobs like really often. However, when you're starting off, it might not be that good. I stopped taking orders for bridal robes in May, and that's because I left Nigeria, so I haven't really taken orders for that, but I will get back to that soon. I hope I get back to that soon. I really enjoy bridal robes though. But like I said, you could make money, but at the end of the day, also another thing is you make more money from what's it called? You make more money from training. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. So training people helps you make more money as opposed to sewing in itself, because there's only so much you can make from sewing, especially except you're big. So I don't know if you guys have ever checked people like Tokwe FNR and everything, their pages, they make dresses that are like 350,000 for just one dress. So if you're that kind of person that you're really good, definitely go for it. Someone asked me to make a crossbody bag for a girl. I will look into a tutorial for that. And I think Guti asked what keeps me going. Hi Guti. What keeps me going? First off, I enjoy what I do. So I know that they always say that it's cliche to say, go after your passion, make your passion your career. But I think it actually works, because even when I'm tired, for me, sewing is second nature. So I wake up, and it didn't even help that I had a sewing machine in my room. So I would literally just wake up and I would just start sewing. So for me, when I'm stressed, I sew. When I'm tired, I sew. When I'm upset, I sew. And that was my answer for everything. So I think that keeps me going. Do you sew with any pattern? Deborah, hi. Yes, I sew with patterns. I am a pattern maker. I make my own patterns and I sew with them. However, like I mentioned earlier, you can buy patterns, but the problem with buying patterns is they're for specific styles. So if you're going to, make your own pattern or make for different patterns, definitely look into learning that. Can you make a tutorial for a ball dress? I can. The problem that I have with making tutorials is I find out that many people are not pattern makers, and because I am a pattern maker, it would be hard for you guys to follow if you're not a pattern maker. I have a video on how to make a basic bodice, and I feel like not a lot of people have even watched that video. So it's hard for them to follow me if I decide to do a ball dress, because if I'm going to make a ball dress, I will need to make a pattern for the bodice. Right? But because you've asked, I will try and make a simple ball dress as soon as I can. Thank you so much, Gracie. Your tutorials are always detailed. I love them. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. I try as much as possible to give detailed tutorials, and some people still complain on here. Like the other day, someone left a nasty comment. If I want to learn from you, how do I go about it? For now, all my learning or all my teaching is online. So if you want to learn from me, please, you can send a message, and yeah, I will be able to answer. Aisha, I love you. Thank you so much. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you for the support. I can see some of my friends here. You guys are amazing. Tolu was here, Guti, Aisha, all of you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Are you able to share my skincare routine? Is drink water, guys. Drink water. Peace, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I will try and do your video request, guys, as soon as I'm settled. What pattern do you use? But to be honest, I love how you teach. Is why I'm asking all the questions. Thank you, Omolola. So my pattern is a combination of the Joseph Armstrong one. I don't know if you guys know Joseph Armstrong. They have one book. It's actually really like I have to climb on my bed to get the book. So, but I will put a link in the description bar. I highly recommend getting that textbook. It's really big. It's huge, but it's pattern making for fashion design by Joseph Armstrong. That's what it's called. I've got the 5th edition. It's really bulky. You can download the e-copy if you don't like hard copies. I personally prefer hard copies, but that's the pattern that I use. And like I said, I learned in Nigeria from Creative Pattern Cutter. He's in Lagos. He charges about 100,000 naira for a 2 weeks course, I think, but it's worth it. Okpayemi, your tutorials are always detailed. Thank you so much. Hi, Math Production. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. I'm answering all your questions today, so please throw questions at me. I'm here to answer. Guys, I am in quarantine. I've been here for a couple of days, and I'm not allowed to go out for the next couple of days. So you guys are going to be my companion. I'm going to be doing a couple of tutorials as well. I've got a couple of fabrics with me, so we'll be doing it together, you guys, you and me, because you're not going to abandon me, right? So I'll just wait for a couple of questions and then, you know, round up the live. Please, you can send me an email, souniquebyadunni@gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me. Or you can reach me on Instagram, sounique_ng. That's my Instagram. So if you do sounique, SEW, then unique_ng, you can reach me, or on via email rather. That's the best way and the quickest way to reach me. I try as much as possible to respond to all the comments that I get and all the messages that I get. It might take a bit, it might not be immediate, but I will respond to them as soon as I'm able to. If you guys hear any background noise, please forgive me. My people in my house are, busy, so. Some people say they are fashion designers, some say they are tailors, and some say they just sew. So what's the difference, if there's any? I think there's a difference. Actually, in real fact, tailors are what we know. So you know how you have like British people that make suits? Those are real tailors. I actually think that in Nigeria, people don't like to be called tailors, but in actual sense, tailors are like the proper term, and it's a good thing. Fashion designers typically just design. They don't really sew usually. Tailors, do the sewing, and then they do tailored outfits, like you have suits and you have all of those things. But in Nigeria, we just like say everything. I call myself a dressmaker. Thank you, CA. I appreciate your comments. I don't necessarily, thank you. Thank you very much. So good. I hope I was able to answer your question. Tailor, I tell people I'm a dressmaker. I don't know. I don't mind being called a tailor as well. So anyone goes for me. Hi everyone, all the new people here. Hello guys, how are you? So if you guys have any questions, just type it in the comments in the live chat and it will come up and I'll answer. Do you create designs on your own? If yes, where do you get your creativity from? Omalala, I used to create designs a lot when I was doing bespoke, and I also create designs for my robes. Inspiration can be from anything, but to be honest, most designs are not 100% original. You will get inspired from other people's designs, but please don't copy people's designs. In Nigeria, we don't take copyright seriously, but trust me guys, it is a serious thing. People copyright or patent their designs, so don't take people's designs verbatim. If you have to take someone's design, get inspired by it and put your own tweak on it so that you don't get a legal suit. But then, like I said, in Nigeria, people don't take that thing seriously. Hi Margaret, how are you? Thank you so much for your comment. I am so honored. You guys make me blush all the time. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I do not do bespoke anymore. I do robes, but now that I have moved to a new country, I probably will do bespoke. How long have I been a fashion designer? I quit my job and started sewing in 2016. So that is 5 years now. 5 years. It's not a walk in the park. It's not easy. I don't think I started to get my feet or my balance until like 2018, 2019. That's when I started to get my balance. So for the longest time I was just sewing, like living from hand to mouth. Didn't have any savings whatsoever. So I'll just wait for more questions. If you guys have any more questions, I was going to do 20 minutes, but I'm actually enjoying your questions, so I probably would extend it to 25 minutes. Probably. If you guys have any more questions. Another one thing I will miss about Nigeria is the fact that fabric is so cheap, guys. Fabric is not cheap here. It's not cheap at all. Why did I leave Nigeria? You guys will find out soon. Like I said, I'm starting a new channel. Please subscribe to my new channel. You'll see it when I start, so just subscribe. I will explain why I left and you guys will see why I left. But where I am now, fabric is not cheap. I am in the UK, so it is quite expensive to buy fabric, but I will try as much as possible to do many tutorials. Can I do a story time on how I transitioned into fashion design? I will definitely do that. That's a good idea, considering that I can't sew for the next week. So that's a good idea, Okbayemi. Thank you so much. I would note that down so that I can do a video on that. Yeah, you guys want to know why I left Nigeria. Nigeria is it's a really good country for tailors, because a zipper is like 100 naira or 200 naira, but here it's like £1, £2, that's like 700 naira to 1,400 for just one zip, and you're like, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, everything is not. It's not as cheap as in Nigeria. Airstay is like £2.50 for like a yard. What's with you and black t-shirts? Yes, I do customize t-shirts, and I don't really talk about it. If you guys, I mean, if you've watched my video on how to make customized stuff, you know that I have a Cameo silhouette machine which allows me to customize stuff. And my favorite color of t-shirt, or my favorite outfit, will be a black t-shirt and just jeans, because it's so comfortable. And sometimes I personalize my t-shirts, and sometimes I just leave them plain. But if you see me wear anything personalized, I made them. Margaret, you know, expensive materials equal more sewing fees. Exactly. But you know what? People are just so funny, because if I buy everything for your outfit for like £10, obviously I'll be charging you like £60. So if you're not interested, bye-bye. But then again, that won't work with my Nigerian clients, because if I ask, like, I've had people insist that I make things for them and ship it down to Nigeria, but I said to them, if I was sending it for like 30,000 naira in Nigeria, I'll be doing it for like £200 or £250 without the shipping. So, I mean, if you really want me to do it, I'll do it. But if you have another option, it might just be cheaper for you. Yeah, so you guys should patronize me. I have customized items. If you guys want to make customized items, you want to make robes, I still make robes. If you want to make, yeah, if you want me to teach you guys, I still teach. I've got online classes, and I've online as well. If you want to be a patron, get access to me, like they ask me any question any time of the day. I've got a category that is $5, I've got another category that is $15, and I've got another category that is $30. They all come with their different perks. The ones for $30, they get like a call, a video call, you know, they get to, you know, just reach out to me when they need to. And then obviously each category has their own perk. For the slip for your robes, do you put a zip at the back? Okay, I mean, no, I don't put any zip at the back, because slips are not made to be tied. So you know what they used to call shimmy? Yeah, that's what it is. What's the price for my class? The price for my class varies, so it depends on what you want. I have short workshops, and I have like extended classes. The extended classes cost about $700, but it depends on like how, you know, what you want to learn. And then the short classes cost about $100. $100 is about 50,000 naira for the short classes. So yes, I think they're affordable for the knowledge you'll be getting. And the truth is, I never leave my students unattended. So even when you're done with your class, you still have that access and that connection. I feel like most people that decide to do that are actually paying for the access and the connection to me, as opposed to paying, you know, just for the class. So if you're thinking about it, I think it's worth it. But then again, I am the one teaching, so I think you should take my word. But you can be sure that you get detailed videos, you get like proper understanding, personal access, make out that time for that. How much do you charge for your robe list? Okay, so the list robe that I have in Nigeria, I charge 3,000 naira, and it is the satin robe, basic robe. So that's the one I have a tutorial on. However, once you're bigger than a size 12, and I am a size 12, right? Actually, it's 12 for 10. Once you're bigger than a size 12, like you pay an extra 1,000 naira. So for instance, if a size 8 orders that robe, they will pay 3,000. But if a size 12 orders that robe, size 14 orders that robe, they'll pay 4,000. If you're going to customize it, you pay extra. And I tell you, it takes 3 to 5 business days for a single order, or 7 to 12 business days for a bulk order. Bulk orders will be orders that have a dozen and more, right? So I make sure to tell my clients all of that. And then obviously you pay for customization, all these extra things. I'm asking because brides can ruin their makeup getting out of the sleep. How do you avoid that? So basically, because the sleeps are usually free, I've never really had a problem of brides ruining that makeup. But you make a very valid point. But to be honest, I've never had any bride complain about, ruining their makeup in the sleep. Also, yeah, I've never really had any bride complain, and I've done quite a number. But I think, like I said, they're free enough. They're not tight, so they don't necessarily restrict the bride. So you can just like take it off and then just put it back on. So yeah, that's that with that. You guys have managed to help me extend this thing for like an extra 7 minutes, but I am not even complaining. I had a bit of technical difficulty trying to get this started for some strange reason, but eventually I was able to get it started. So if there are no questions anymore, I'm just going to wrap up the live and say thank you to you guys for joining me, every single one of you who's joined me. I will do an updated sewing thing of some of the things that I got, because I bought my sewing mats, like my cotton mat, a while ago, but I didn't ship it to Nigeria because I knew I was coming, so I just left it here. And I've got a couple more things for sewing actually, so I would do like an updated, what you need sewing equipment list. I also got like a mechanical rotary cutter and all those things. So as soon as I'm able to, I'll give you like an updated list of sewing equipment and tools that you might need. However, we have come to the end of this live. Thank you all so much for your amazing questions. Thank you for staying with me to the very end. Thank you guys for being a part of this family. You guys are so supportive. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the love, guys. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video, with people that you think it might be useful too. I will remember to do the tutorial. Someone asked for a ball dress. Someone asked for like the crossbody bag. Someone asked for my relocation story, and someone asked for a video on my sewing journey. So I would remember to do a video on all those things. Thank you guys so much for the amazing questions. Did you sell your sewing machines? Yes, I sold my sewing machines. So I don't know if you guys ever knew I had industrial sewing machines, but I never really showed them in the video. But I had industrial sewing machines. I showed all my machines. I think I sold 5 machines. Actually I sold 4 and I gave out 1. So I sold all my machines when I was leaving. Yeah. But I have a machine to use here. Anyway, thank you guys. I will see you guys later. Take care.